Have you ever felt like you're making progress with a habit, only to slip back into your old ways? Maybe you started waking up early, eating healthy, or staying consistent with a goal. Then, out of nowhere, you're back where you started. It's frustrating, right? You ask yourself, why do I keep falling back? You might even start to believe that change isn't possible for you. But here's the truth, it's not your fault. Falling back into old habits is part of how the brain works. The good news is, once you understand why it happens, you can finally break the circle for good. That's exactly what we're diving into today, why we slip into old habits, and most importantly, how to stop the circle and make lasting change. Welcome back to Habit That Thrive podcast, a podcast for young adults and early career professionals who want to build habits and character that make a lasting difference. I am Aya of Victory and I'm super excited to have you here. Before we jump into today's episode, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss any episode. Now let's begin. First, we have to understand the real reasons we slip back into old habits. First, your brain loves familiarity. Your brain is wired for efficiency. It doesn't care whether a habit is good or bad. It just wants to save energy by repeating what's familiar. This is why you instantly grab your phone when you're bored, why you eat junk food when stressed, even when you promise yourself you wouldn't, why you go back to old routines even if they don't serve you. The brain prefers what's easy and automatic. That's why change feels uncomfortable. It's literally rewiring your brain. Number 2 is stress and emotion triggers old patterns. Have you also noticed that when life gets overwhelming, you default to old habits? You stop working out, you procrastinate when you feel anxious, you reach for comfort food when you're upset. This happens because habits are emotional. Your brain connects habits with relief or comfort. When stress hits, your brain pulls you back to whatever feels safe, even if it is bad for you. The third point is, you focus too much on motivation, not systems. Most people think they fail because they lack motivation, but motivation isn't the problem, your system is. You don't need motivation to brush your teeth, it's just part of your routine. But if working out, reading, or eating healthy still requires willpower, it's because you haven't built a strong system yet. The key isn't to stay motivated, it's to create habits that happen automatically, just like brushing your teeth. And I remember we've shared this in previous episodes where we say attach new habits to old ones so it can be easy for you to just flow. Now that we know why we fall back into old habits, let's talk about how to break the cycle. 1. Change your environment, change your habits. Your environment makes or breaks your habits. If you keep falling back into old routines, look at what's around you. Want to stop snacking? Don't keep junk food in the house. You want to stop scrolling your phone? Keep the phone out of your reach. You want to read more? Put more books where you will see them. You don't need more willpower. You need an environment that makes good habits easy and bad habits hard. 2. Identify shifts. Become the person who does it, right? Instead of just trying to change your habits, shift your identity. Instead of saying, I want to work out, say, I am someone who exercises daily. Instead of saying, I should read more, say, I am a reader. When your identity shifts, your action follows. You won't just be forcing a habit, you'll be living it. 3. The never miss twice rule. I really like this. Mistake happens. You skip your workouts, you eat junk food, you miss a day of reading. That's normal. The point is, never miss twice. If you slip up one day, get back on track the next. Missing once is an accident. Missing twice is the start of a new habit in the wrong direction. Now let's make sure you don't just start strong but stay consistent for life. So I'll be sharing you some tips to ensure you keep this habit consistent. 1. Keep it stupidly simple. Most people fail because they start too big. Instead of trying to work out an hour, start with 5 minutes. I know I say this almost all the time, but truly this is one of the key things that keep me going. When you try starting an habit big or giving yourself a longer hour or 30 minutes and you're not giving any progress, you have to break it down. So you always hear me say break things down. Like we're saying in this point, keep it stupidly simple. You try for 1 hour, it's not working, break it down. Even down to like 2 minutes. The point here is you should be able to keep it going for a very long time. Like we had mentioned that to build a habit take you over 66 days. So if you can do 2 minutes in that 66 days, you probably would continue without stressing it. It becomes a part of you. Okay, so instead of aiming for 50 pages, how about you read 2 daily? Instead of changing your whole diet, fix 1 meal at a time. Small wins build momentum. Make your habits so simple that it is impossible to fail. Number 2, track it and celebrate small wins. Tracking progress makes habits stick. You can use a habit tracker or a simple calendar. Each day you complete your habits, mark it off. Celebrate small wins. It helps your brain engage. If you can see the progress, you'd want to keep it going. Number 3, surround yourself with the right people. Your environment isn't just physical, it is social. If your friends and family encourage bad habits, you will just struggle. You want to get fit? Spend time with people who work out. You want to start a business? Hang around entrepreneurs. You want to read more books? Join a reading club. Success is contagious. Surround yourself with people who push you forward. Falling back into old habit doesn't mean you failed. It just means your brain is doing what it knows best, like going back to the things it's familiar with. But now you know how to break the cycle. So let's change your environment, shift your identity, and use the never miss twice rule to keep it simple. The question is, what's that one habit you're ready to break for good? And what's the first small step you would take today? Like we shared in the last episode on self-reflection. Self-reflection is the secret tool that helps you fine-tune your habits, making them more effective and sustainable. So in this episode, we want you to sit back, take a moment and reflect on that one habit you're really ready to break for good. Remember, habit building isn't just about, consistency. It's about reflection and adaptation. So you just have to take out time to ask yourself questions, to reflect what is working and what isn't and why, so you can actually know what to do and how to make it better. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please subscribe, leave a review, and share with someone who's also working on their habits. Your support helps this podcast grow and reach more people. Thanks for tuning in to Habits That Thrive. Until next time, keep thriving one habit at a time. Bye.